Right. Once you've signed up to your account and you go to log in for the first time, you'll come up with a page very similar to this. And this is the Betfair homepage. It might look a little bit busy and a little bit daunting at the moment, but please don't let that worry you. It's once you can navigate yourself around it, which I'll show you in a few moments, there's really nothing to worry about. So let me run through things first of all and give you a little bit of familiarization, and then we can get started. So along the top here, you'll find certain tabs here, and they're self-explanatory. So if you wanted to bet on the pools, the football there, you can click on that tab. Bingo, Vegas, slots, arcade, exchange games, all manner of different things. But for what we're looking for with this particular system, we're going to be using the exchange button. So always ensure that that is clicked. Sometimes when you do go to log in, it will default into Sportsbook or any of these different tabs. Very simple, just click on the exchange tab and that's where you want to be. At the top here, we've got some popular sports. It just allows people who bet on these regularly to go straight into these particular links and find out where they want to be. That's absolutely fine, nice and easy. You've got your sport highlights here, and it looks like football. Lots of football going on today by the looks of it. We're not going to be covering football today, I'm afraid, but what we are going to be covering is horse racing. So if we scroll down here, this is just a list of all the different sports and events that are either taking place today or at some point in the future. And you can always find what you're looking for in this particular section. So we're going to click horse racing today's card. So there we go. And this will start bringing up a list of horse races that are going to be taking place today. One thing I did miss out was just up here. When it comes to the time to log in, you just put your username and password in here and click login, and off you go. If you're watching this without having had the chance to sign up to your account yet, you've got the option just to click here and join now. So very, very straightforward. So it looks like there's a race there that's just finished, the 210, and I'm just going to move this screen across a little bit. And if you look on the left hand side, these are all the races in time order that we'll be using. So the next race, it's now 226, so the next race for us is going to be the 235 at Newmarket. I don't bet on Irish racing, I don't bet on foreigner racing. If you are from, this one's France here, if you are from France, you feel free to click your French racing. If you're in South Africa, with a South African racing here, if you want to bet on American racing, that's absolutely fine. And you can do that. Obviously, there's racing 24 hours a day. But I tend to do the afternoon racing in the UK, and that's just fits in with my requirements. But there's racing most places, so you'll always find your particular meetings in here. If I were to scroll down here, you'll see there's hundreds and hundreds of races, Chile, United States, New Zealand. So there's lots of different options, but for this system, I'm just going to be using the UK racing and not the Irish racing. So let's have a look. The 235 Newmarket. Okay, so this is the race. You might have to watch this a couple of times just to familiarise yourself, but please, it is very simple. I will be producing advanced updates on the course, so please don't hesitate. Have a look at those when the time is right. But this system is just to get you up and running within the hour. I want you to make money within the hour, so it's going to be very straightforward, no frills, but I will add some more advanced techniques a little bit later on. So here we go. We've got all the runners here: Bathos, Executor, War Department. 9 different selections. So these are the names of the horses here, and these are the colour silks they're going to be wearing if you were to watch it on the television. It tells you just here the distance of the race, 1 mile nursery. So we won't be using any races that are below 1 mile. The reason being is that there's very little margin for error. A 5 furlong, a 6 furlong, or a 7 furlong race, there's not an awful lot. If we were to get a front runner, for instance, then the chances are, right at the beginning, if it's a front runner, 5 furlongs later, it's still going to be a front runner. What we want is a little bit of time, for a little bit of jostling around in the horses, enough for us to get our bets matched. So that's quite important. So anything below a mile, don't really consider. If you're not aware, there's 8 furlongs in a mile, so we'll use a mile as a minimum. Here on the left hand side, there's a few different options if you want different types of bets. We'll always be looking at the win bet here. And moving on, you'll see 2 big boxes here. We've got a back box and a lay box. Now, if I were to click on the back box, these are all in decimals here, but if you hover your mouse over, it gives an approximation of traditional bookmaker odds, the fractional odds there. So at first glance, it'll give you a rough idea, but it's not really important for you, but it's nice just to be aware of what it is. So if I thought that this Bathos was going to win, like betting in a traditional bookmaker, I would click on back. A box would come up here, and I could put my stake in and make a bet. Very, very simple. If I thought that Bathos wasn't going to win, I can pretend to be the bookmaker and I can lay the bet off. So I could click in lay and do exactly the same. I could put my stake in here and place my bet. What we're going to be utilising is 2 bets. We're going to be using a back bet and a lay bet. And what we're hoping for is that the prices on these horses are going to be moving all the time during the race and before the race. These prices are going to be constantly moving. We've got 5 minutes to go. If I were to click the refresh button here, you can see the different amounts of money going on. This here tells us how much money has been matched. So £304,000 so far. Now if I were to click refresh, 279. A bit strange. 298. 312. So you can see in just a matter of seconds there's tens of thousands of pounds being matched here. And we can keep, it's quite entertaining to see how much money has been matched. And it'll jostle about. Why it goes down, I'm not quite sure. That's very peculiar. But that's that. So what we're going to be doing, we're going to be looking for a horse around sort of the middle part of the field. And I'll explain a little bit more in the next video. But all I wanted to do is give you a brief familiarization on how all this works, where to find the information, where to find your horses, what all these things mean. If you wanted to look at a graph of how much money had gone on the horse, there's a little graph button there, and it produces a graph. So it starts off quite high, and as money comes onto it, the price shortens down and down and down and down and down. And we're going to take advantage of this using our strategy. So that's it for this video. What I suggest you do is log into your Betfair accounts, have a look around, try and get to a racing screen, and just find your way around. Don't put any bets on. You're not going to break anything. You can have a practice, a back bet. You've got the facility to cancel it. You can put a lay bet on, cancel it, and just basically find your way around. If you want to find your races, if you'd missed this race, for instance, you'd probably go to the next one and have a look at that. The 245 at Perth. Again, up it pops. Same format as always. You've got the horses here. You've got your graphs there. There's a little bit of form information here. If you're a form follower, that tells you a little bit about what these think is the most likely winner. This Bally Williams seems to have 5 stars here, and it looks quite good. It's also the shortest price. And when a horse is the shortest price, we call that the favourite, and I'll be referring to that in the next video as well. And the favourite normally is only the favourite because of the amount of money on it. If you were to imagine a seesaw, for instance, you put a lot of weight on one side, then the other side is going to rise, isn't it? And when it rises, it means that these prices are going to be pushed out, and this is exactly what happens in the horse racing markets. But I'll be demonstrating that in the next video, so have a practice, and I'll catch up with you very shortly.